Very good, boys. A 1, a 2.
Tonight, are you ready? Listen up! Attention.
You've got it locked.
Number 1.
A powerful force is about to hit this city.
Whether at home, at work, the most recognized source on the planet. This is the iPower Evening Show. This is the hottest radio station. The longest running online radio show.
Make it do what it do, baby.
All right, everybody. Stay on for
Old Funk and Disco Friday.
For the thousands in attendance, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
It's about to go down.
That's my pleasure.
DeMarco J, UnPretty Ricky, and Stefan Mason.
We got 'em.
I rated D for dang old man.
And you know this, man.
That's how we players roll for shizzle.
The iPower Evening Show.
Good evening, iPower One. Oh, wait. Hold up. Ricky just walked in. Wow.
Lord
Ricky
have mercy. No wonder black people
Come on,
can't
Ricky.
start on
I don't got all
time.
day. Let's go. Let's do this.
Brother, you knew we had a show to do at a certain time, and your black ass coming in here late.
Right, and this is our 15th year. I mean, come on, Ricky.
Come on, brother. Let's go.
All right, you ready, Ricky? You ready? Let's do this again. All right. Good evening, iPower One Nation.
We on.
DeMarco J, UnPretty Ricky, and Stefan Mason.
Peace and blessings, y'all. What's going on?
We're on the air live. That's what's going on.
The weekend is here. It's so fucking Disco Friday.
Yep, it is on Funky Disco Friday, and this is the iPower Evening Show, the longest online radio program for the past 15 years. Playing throwback funk and disco music on this jam-packed show for y'all tonight. Hope y'all had a good day thus far and ready for the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, Lord.
Thank you for taking the 4-hour challenge listening to us. We're always encouraging those out there who are first-time listeners to please take the 4-hour iPower One challenge. Listen to all 4 hours of this online radio program. Now, how do you do that? Listen right now on your laptop, phone, or tablet. Go to our official website, iPower1FM.com. That's iPower1FM.com. Or go to TuneIn.com. Type in keyword iPower FM. That's iPower FM.
Haters and critics are always welcome to listen to our show just by taking the 4-hour challenge to be informed, enlightened, letting only you be the judge for yourself.
Like and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, or Instagram. Keyword iPower One Real. That's iPower One Real.
We got back-to-back inspirational thought and music at 20 before the hour. We also got Express Your Mind coming up in hour 3. Get your phone calls in for tonight's Free Your Mind. Open lines. You can talk about anything that's on your mind. All right, time to get down to serious business. Let's get the show cracking. This is the hardest working media guy in online radio, the travel jock, DeMarco J. Keep it locked, everyone. Our mics are now hot. This is the IPES. Good evening.
iPower One FM.
Now on Metro.com.
Check out the whole entire 4-hour radio show on TuneIn.com. Keyword iPower FM.
Old Funky Disco Friday on the iPower Evening Show, celebrating 15 years on iPower One FM. Shout out to those who made this all possible. DeMarco J, UnPretty Ricky, and Stefan Mason broadcasting from New Haven, Connecticut for the first time ever. Showing Connecticut some love, part of the tri-state area, and iPower One Nation. Long overdue.
It's about time.
We got what you need in the news. That's coming up at 20 before the hour. Real news where information is power, always coming from an urban perspective. Followed by Ricky's inspirational thought and music at 20 before the hour. Keep it locked, everyone.
The iPower Evening Show, where the best and the brightest are about to be informed.
Here and Now with Sandra Bookman, Sunday afternoons at 12 noon, only on ABCNY on Channel 7. A 1-hour program talking about major issues and events coming from an African-American perspective of New York City and the tri-state area. Log on to abc7ny.com/Here and Now for programs, news, and updates.
Up next,
The Constant Q Report.
keep it locked on the iPower Evening Show.
Here we go.
On Funk Disco Friday.
It's the iPower Evening Show.
Time for tonight's New York forecast on iPower 98.9.
22 will be a low tonight, clear to partly cloudy. Tomorrow, Saturday, mostly sunny and cold with a high of 34. Tomorrow night will be a low of 28 degrees in NYC. Bundle up. Sunday will be a high of 44. With your New York AccuWeather forecast on iPower 989, I'm DeMarco J. Like and follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, or Instagram. Keyword, iPower1 Real. Listen to our online programs at iPower989NewYork.com or TuneIn.com. Keyword, iPower FM. Keep it locked on New York's iPower 989 FM.
Time now for the New York State Lottery numbers on New York's iPower 98.9.
Time for last night's New York winning lottery numbers for Thursday, February 24th, 2022. Midday number daily drawings was 727. That's 727. Evening number daily drawings was 607. That's 607. Midday win for daily drawings was 5203. That's 5203. Evening win for daily drawings was 4509. That's 4509. Midday take 5. 4, 15, 22, 24, 31. That's 4, 15, 22, 24, 31. Evening take 5. 12, 16, 32, 34, 37. That's 12, 16, 32, 34, 37. Cash for life. 16, 21, 27, 56, 58. With the cash ball number 2. That's 16, 21, 27, 56, 58. With the cash ball number 2. Tonight's jackpot game is Mega Millions. Estimated jackpot $87 million. For more results from recent or past lottery drawings online, log on to nylottery.ny.gov. That's nylottery.ny.gov and check out to see if you're a jackpot winner. Good luck.
iPower 1 FM.
Ipower Evening Show.
Check out the whole entire 4-hour radio show on TuneIn.com. Keyword, iPower FM.
iPower 1. NYC, New York City. iPower 98.9. Evening Show. Live concert performances coming to the New York and Tri-State area. The Concert Q Report. Right here, right now. On the iPower Evening Show.
I'm UnPretty Ricky along with Stefan Mason. Time for the Concert Q Report. All major events announced are in Eastern Standard Time. Concert events are subject to change depending on the current pandemic.
Patty Austin coming to Sony Hall in NYC tonight at 8 p.m. Jeffrey Osborne coming to Sony Hall in NYC on Friday, March 4th at 8 p.m.
Maxwell coming to the Prudential Center in Newark, New Jersey on Friday, March 11th at 8 p.m. Coming to the Barclays in Brooklyn on Wednesday, March 30th at 8 p.m. And coming to the Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City, New Jersey on Friday, April 1st at 8 p.m. New Edition with Charlie Wilson coming to the Wells Fargo Center in Philly on Thursday, February 24th at 8 p.m. Coming to Madison Square Garden in NYC featuring Jodeci on Saturday, February 26th at 8 p.m. And coming to the Prudential Center on Friday, April 1st at 8 p.m. Boys to Men coming to the Bogota Event Center in Atlantic City, New Jersey on Friday, March 11th at 8 p.m. Brian McKnight coming to the State Theater in New Brunswick, New Jersey on Saturday, March 12th at 8 p.m. Coming to City Winery in Philly on Thursday, March 17th at 6 and 9:30 p.m. and on Friday, March 18th at 6 and 9:30 p.m. Jasmine Sullivan coming to the King's Theater in Brooklyn on Thursday, March 17th at 8 p.m. and coming to Met Philadelphia on Friday, March 18th at 8 p.m.
Gladys Knight coming to the State Theater in Easton, Pennsylvania on Sunday, March 13th at 7 p.m. and coming to the NYCB Theater in Westbury, New York on Friday, April 22nd at 8 p.m. Tower of Power coming to Sony Hall on Monday, March 14th at 8 p.m. and on Tuesday, Saturday, March 15th at 8 p.m. George Clinton and the Parliament Funkadelic coming to the New Jersey Performing Arts Center in Newark, New Jersey on Friday, March 18th at 8 p.m. The OJs coming to the Excite Center in Bensalem, Pennsylvania on Saturday, March 26th at 7:30 p.m. Peebo Bryson coming to the Rivers Casino in Philly on Friday, April 1st at 8 p.m. Coming to the Patchogue Theater on Sunday, April 3rd at 7 p.m.
Kenny Babyface Edmonds coming to the Live Chorus Center in Philly on Saturday, April 2nd at 8 p.m. Kim and Kenny Babyface Edmonds coming to the Hulu Theater at Madison Square Garden on Thursday, April 22nd at 8:30 p.m.
The Temptations and the Four Tops coming to the Mayo Performing Arts Center in Morristown, New Jersey on Saturday, April 23rd at 8 p.m. and coming to the Hackensack Meridian Health Theater at the Count Basie Center in Red Bank, New Jersey on Sunday, April 24th at 7 p.m.
Mother's Day Music Festival with Keith Sweat and After 7 coming to the Boardwalk Hall in Atlantic City, New Jersey on Saturday, May 7th at 7 p.m. The Late Show's John Batiste coming to the Stern Theater at Carnegie Hall in NYC on Saturday, May 7th at 7 p.m. King of R&B Bobby Brown coming to the Rivers Casino in Philly on Friday, May 20th at 8 p.m. Raheem Devon coming to City Winery in Philly Thursday, May 26th at 7 and 10 p.m.
Shaka Khan coming to the Mayo Performing Arts Center in Morristown, New Jersey on Thursday, June 9th at 8 p.m. and coming to the Richfield Playhouse in Richfield, Connecticut on Saturday, June 11th at 8 p.m. And Patti LaBelle with special guest Will Downing coming to the New Jersey Performing Arts Center in Newark, New Jersey on Saturday, June 25th at 8 p.m.
And that should do it for the Concert Report this hour on this Friday, February 25th, 2022. I'll be back in hour 3. I'm UnPretty Ricky along with Stefan Mason. We're just getting started. Keep it locked. We coming back. It's the IPES.
The iPower Evening Show.
Funk and Disco Friday.
Don't touch that dial.
Stay tuned for more of the iPower Evening Show. Coming up on iPower 98.9.
At home, at work, your computer, or on your mobile phone? Listen now to the iPower Evening Show. Monday through Friday. Music, news, sports, and entertainment. Weeknights, 7 to 11. We're always on 24/7. Keep it locked on iPower 1.
iPower 98.9. Live from the Hot Planet Media Studio. Internet radio. iPower 98.9, New York.
UnPretty Ricky standing by for tonight's inspirational thought and music coming up at 7:40, followed by Raphael with tonight's sports straight from ESPN News at 7:50 before the 8 o'clock hour. Check out our latest complete scheduled programming. Go to iPower989NewYork.com, click the iPower Evening Show, and click on Friday's show. We're streaming online on our official website and at TuneIn.com. Type in keyword iPower FM.
Check out the whole entire 4-hour radio show on TuneIn.com, keyword iPower FM.
iPower 1, NYC, New York City. iPower 98.9. The iPower Evening Show.
iPower Evening Show, DeMarco J, UnPretty Ricky, and Stefan Mason. We're like a morning show in the evening on this old funky disco Friday, celebrating 15 years on the air. We got straight from ESPN News at 10 before the hour. We got the little-known Black History Fact, followed by Ricky's Clown Donkey Hall of Shame. Find out who's getting inducted in hour 2. We got Free Your Mind Friday. Join Express Your Mind at 30 minutes past hour 3. And we'll read your emails in hour 4 during the email bag at 20 before the hour. Free your mind. And like we always say, take the iPower 1 challenge. Listening to all 4 hours all this week, online, on your phone, or on your tablet. All right, time for what you need to know in the news.
It's Sybil Wilkes with what you need to know. Today is Friday, February 25th, 2022. Number 1. As expected, Russia began its invasion of Ukraine Thursday. The early morning attacks began with the launch of scores of missiles, air raids, and a convoy of tanks. Ukrainian President Zelensky told his people to seek shelter in the bomb shelters of buildings and even subway stations. President Vladimir Putin took to Russian television in what was described as a long, rambling message in which he railed against the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, or NATO, and called the United States an empire of lies. Number 2. Last week, a judge in Florida dismissed a defamation and conspiracy lawsuit former Neighborhood Watch volunteer George Zimmerman filed against the parents of Trayvon Martin. In his order, the judge wrote that Zimmerman failed to show any fraudulent representation and said any further arguments in the case would be futile. Tracy Martin, the father of Trayvon, has since created the Circle of Father Conference. This provides fathers and sons an opportunity to take part in an engaging, energetic, and educational panel discussion about the challenges facing young men and the importance of fathers in our communities. Number 3. U.S. health officials said some people getting Pfizer or Moderna COVID-19 vaccine should consider waiting up to 8 weeks between the first and second doses, instead of the 3 or 4 weeks previously recommended. CDC officials said they were reacting to research showing that the longer interval can provide more enduring protection against the coronavirus. Research suggests that 12 to 64-year-old people, especially males between the ages of 12 and 39, can benefit from the longer spacing. Number 4. The South Dakota House passed an anti-transgender sports ban, Senate Bill 46, thus becoming the first state legislature to send discriminatory anti-transgender legislation to a governor's desk in 2022. The House also passed House Bill 1005, a bill prohibiting transgender students from using multi-occupancy public school facilities consistent with their gender identity. This includes shower rooms, bathrooms, changing rooms, and sleeping rooms for overnight trips. Number 5, from the world of small business ownership to the political arena to the halls of corporations nationwide, Black women are making strides like never before. Entrepreneur Dr. Sheila Robinson is celebrating the accomplishments of these exceptional women in corporate America through her company, Diversity Woman Media. Diversity Woman Media is a multi-platform professional and executive leadership development company that advocates diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging. Here's your daily inspiration from Yogi's Jewels. Life is a series of choices. Choose to breathe. Thank you to our What You Need to Know partners, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated and the American Heart Association. To subscribe to my free daily newsletter, please visit SibylWilkes.com. Be informed, be empowered.
iPower Evening Show. This is the hottest radio station.
Go to TuneIn.com.
Keyword iPower FM.
Listen to this station on your smartphone. Download the app now on Google Play Store.
Magic 102.3, the real sounds of the DMV. Log on now to MyMagicDC.com. That's www.MyMagicDC.com.
The iPower Evening Show. DeMarco J, UnPretty Ricky, and Stefan Mason. Keep it locked on iPower 1 FM.
Here we go. Oh, fuck Disco Friday. It's the iPower Evening Show.
ESPN News on iPower with Rafael Castro is up next, followed by the CBS News Break is coming up next, courtesy of WCBS News Radio 880 AM. The inspirational thought and music, back-to-back gospel on the iPower Evening Show.
Yes, this is the iPower Evening Show, celebrating 15 years on iPower 1. Thank you for staying with us since 2007. Hope y'all had a great and safe weekend coming up. Right now, it's time for another inspirational thought and music. UnPretty Ricky. What's today's inspirational thought for Friday? What you got for us?
Good evening, everybody. When you make mistakes, that's when you know you really are trying.
Amen to that.
Amen to that indeed, bruh. Here's our King DMX with the weekly word of prayer, followed by tonight's inspirational song. Keep it locked, everyone.
Father God, we thank you for this gathering of souls. You see that when two or more gather in your name, that you are present, so we thank you for your presence. We ask that your grace and blessings are upon us this day. We pray that any obstacle the devil plans to place in our path be removed in the name of Jesus. We pray that you have your will, have your way in our lives, Father, for we didn't make us, so we couldn't possibly know what to do with us. We thank you for the things that most people take for granted, Father. The air we have to breathe, the food we have to eat, the clothes we have to wear, the cars we have to drive, the money we spend, the lives we touch, and the lives that have touched our own. We ask that we're able to be a blessing to others as well as ourselves. We ask to be reminded of the power in the spoken word, Father, because we can defeat the enemy with the spoken word. All we have to do is remember to say it, remember to use it. The word says, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. The word doesn't say that the weapon won't be formed. The word doesn't say that the intention of the weapon maker won't be to harm you. The word doesn't say that they won't attempt to use it. The word says, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. So no matter what they think, no matter what they make, no matter what they try, by the power of the word, we are covered. We humble ourselves before you. We praise your name and give you the glory. We praise your name and give you the glory. We praise your name and give you the glory. In Jesus' mighty name we have prayed. Amen.
The iPower Evening Show. iPower 98.9.
Check out the whole entire 4-hour radio show on TuneIn.com. Keyword, iPower FM.
From Boston, Providence, Hartford, NYC,
Atlanta,
Miami, Chicago, Las Vegas,
Los Angeles,
Canada, and in Puerto Rico. Funk and Disco Friday on the iPower Evening Show.
iPower 1 FM.
Straight from ESPN News with Rafael Castro on iPower 98.9 starts now.
We got more Old Funky Disco Friday coming up at the top of the hour. Plus, we got Caliber keeping it 100, the American Black History Fact. And who am I giving that induction ceremony to in tonight's Clown Donkey Hall of Shame? Find out 1 hour from now who I'm giving that hee-haw and that Batman's Joker to. You're listening to the IPES, now streaming live on our official website, iPower1FM.com, or at TuneIn.com. Type in keyword iPower FM. Time for our sports reporter, Rafael Castro, back home in Boston with tonight's sports, straight from ESPN News.
Thanks, Ricky. For more information on your local or national sports teams and other sports news, log on to ESPN.com. That's ESPN.com. All games mentioned are in Eastern Standard Time. In the NBA, the New York Knicks are taking on the Miami Heat at Madison Square Garden in NYC tonight as we speak. Game time started at 7:30 p.m. You can catch that game live on ESPN. And the New York Knicks will take on the Philadelphia 76ers on Sunday, February 27th. Starting game time that afternoon is at 1 p.m. You can catch that game live on ABC 7 NY. Moving on to the Nets. The Brooklyn Nets will take on the Milwaukee Bucks at the Fiserv Forum in Wisconsin tomorrow night, Saturday, February 26th. Starting game time is at 8:30 p.m. You can catch that game live on ABC 7 NY. Moving on to the NHL, the New York Rangers taking on the Washington Capitals at Madison Square Garden in NYC tonight as we speak. First puck dropped at 7 p.m. You can catch that game live on ESPN. The Rangers will take on the Pittsburgh Penguins at the PPG Arena in Pennsylvania on Saturday, February 26th. First puck drops tomorrow afternoon at 3 p.m. And the New York Rangers will take on the Vancouver Canucks at Madison Square Garden in NYC on Sunday, February 27th. First puck drops that afternoon at 3 p.m. You can catch that game live on ESPN New York. Moving on to the Islanders, the New York Islanders will take on the Los Angeles Kings at the Crypto.com Arena tomorrow night, Saturday, February 26th. First puck drops at 10:30 p.m. You can catch that game live on ESPN New York. And the New York Islanders will take on the Anaheim Ducks at the Honda Center on Saturday, February 27th. First puck drops at 8:30 p.m. You can catch that game live on the NHL Network. Moving on to the Devils, the New Jersey Devils will take on the Chicago Blackhawks at the United Center in Chi-Town tonight. First puck drops at 8:30 p.m. You can catch that game live on ESPN New York. And that should do it for tonight's sports. Rafael Castro, straight from ESPN News. Yeah.
The iPower Evening Show, where the best and the brightest are about to be informed.
Tiempo with Joe Torres, Sunday mornings at 11:30, only on ABC NY on Channel 7. A half-hour program talking about major issues and events coming from a Latino perspective of New York City, the tri-state area, and Puerto Rico. Log on to abc7.com/Tiempo for programs, news, and updates.
Don't touch that dial.
It's seconds before the hour. You've got 5 minutes till our mics get hot. Stay tuned for more of the iPower Evening Show. iPower Evening Show.
Diisco Friday. It's the iPower Evening Show.
Don't touch that dial.
The Evening Show after your local CBS News break. Keep it locked on 98.9.
Check out the whole entire 4-hour radio show on tunein.com, keyword iPower FM.
Listen up!
You've got it locked.
Number 1.
A powerful force is about to hit this city.
Whether at home, at work, the most recognized source on the planet. This is the iPower Evening Show. DeMarco J, UnPretty Ricky, and Stefan Mason. Front Page News, your sports scoreboard update. Now on the iPower Evening Show. Right here, right now.
Old Funky Disco Friday on the iPower Evening Show, celebrating 15 years on iPower 1 FM. At this time, we got your front page in the news every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. In the NBA, the Boston Celtics crushed the Brooklyn Nets 129-106. Golden State Warriors crushed the Portland Trailblazers 132-95. The Denver Nuggets beat the Sacramento Kings 128-110. The Phoenix Suns beat the Oklahoma City Thunder 124-104. The Minnesota Timberwolves beat the Memphis Grizzlies 119-114. The Chicago Bulls beat the Atlanta Hawks 112-108. And the Detroit Pistons beat the Cleveland Cavaliers 106-103. And that is your latest scoreboard update here on Front Page in the News here on iPower 1. We got Brother Caliber keeping it 100 up next. Plus, your little-known Black History fact at 20 before the hour. And Ricky, who are you giving your Clown Donkey inductee to?
We need these brothers Roderick Flowers and Keith Edwards of Florida to be the next inductees into the Clown Donkey Hall of Shame. Lord have mercy. We got some Negroes gonna learn that what you see in the movies, like the Bad Boys franchise starring Will Smith and Martin Lawrence, sometimes does not work in real life. You cannot make this stuff up, especially in the state of Florida. Plus, I also got a third donkey included. Let's just say that we need justice for Jackie Yvonne. We'll talk more about that at 10 before the hour.
Wow, I can't wait to hear that. All right, keep it locked here on the IPES. Good evening.
The iPower Evening Show.
Funk and Disco Friday.
Check out up-to-date news, sports, and entertainment. Check out new upcoming radio and TV shows online. New York, New Jersey, Connecticut. Get connected and keep it locked. Go to iPower989NewYork.com.
Time for tonight's New York forecast on iPower 98.9.
22 will be your low tonight, clear to partly cloudy. Tomorrow, Saturday, mostly sunny and cold with a high of 34. Tomorrow night will be a low of 28 degrees in NYC. Bundle up. Sunday will be a high of 44. With your New York AccuWeather forecast on iPower 989, I'm DeMarco J.
Time now for the New Jersey State Lottery numbers on New York's iPower 98.9.
Time for last night's New Jersey winning lottery numbers for Thursday, February 24th, 2022. Midday Pick 3 Fireball Daily Drawings was 698 with the Fireball number 9. That's 698 with the Fireball number 9. Evening Pick 3 Fireball Daily Drawings was 817 with the Fireball number 0. That's 817 with the Fireball number 0. Midday Pick 4 Fireball Daily Drawings was 1007 with the Fireball number 9. That's 1007 with the Fireball number 9. Evening Pick 4 Fireball Daily Drawings was 6243 with the Fireball number 0. That's 6243 with the Fireball number 0. Jersey 5 Extra 4, 12, 21, 25, 39 with the extra ball number times 2. That's 4, 12, 21, 25, 39 with the extra ball number times 2. Pick 6, 12, 16, 34, 38, 40, 48 with the extra ball number times 2. That's 12, 16, 34, 38, 40, 48 with the extra ball number times 2. The next estimated jackpot for Monday, February 28th, 2022 will be $2.8 million. Cash for Life Doubler. 16, 21, 27, 56, 58 with the cash ball number 2. That's 16, 21, 27, 56, 58 with the cash ball number 2. Tonight's jackpot game is Mega Millions. Estimated jackpot $87 million. For more results from each of the past lottery drawings online, log on to njlottery.com. That's njlottery.com and check out to see if you're a jackpot winner.
iPower 98.9 New York.
Check out the whole entire 4-hour radio show on tunein.com. Keyword, iPower FM.
iPower 1. NYC, New York City. iPower 98.9.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth! You can't handle the truth!
Caliber, keeping it 100. Keeping it 100.
Right here, right now.
On the iPower Evening Show.
So a waitress gets fired from her job over a $4,000 tip?
I'm so sorry to disturb everybody's dinner. Everybody at this table has contributed or tipped $100, and we actually had quite a bit more money sent in. So we are tipping a total of $4,400.
Business owner Grant Wise presented that massive tip to Ryan and a coworker. 30 minutes later, Ryan says she was told she can only keep 20% of the tip, splitting it with the rest of the oven and tap staff.
Find out that I wasn't keeping it was kind of disheartening.
They came back to take the money, later giving it to Ryan, but then
they fired me, so that was also really heartbreaking, especially when I didn't think that I did anything wrong.
I tell you one thing, ain't too many people that will refuse a $4,000 tip, that's for sure, because most people will want to keep that money, especially if they've been working hard on their feet all day. And what makes matters worse is that wonderful gentleman who blessed this young lady from the kindness of his heart specifically requested that she receive the money, and her greedy boss tried to weasel his way in and shortchange her, ruin her blessing, and give her only 20% of what was 100% rightfully hers? Oh, heck no. Now, if she chooses to split that tip with her coworkers, the choice should be hers to decide, and not by force, and certainly not at the threat of losing her livelihood. Especially if they allegedly never made her split any other tip she ever got in the 3 years that she was working there. I mean, come on. Why change the rules now? But as the Bible says, money is the root of all evil. And we all know that people tend to act strange for a piece of change. And the messed up thing about this whole ordeal is that her boss actually fired this lady and took away her ability to provide for her family just weeks before Christmas, which seems to be a growing trend with cold-hearted employers this month, as yet another CEO of a company has also recently gone viral for having the nerve to fire over 900 employees on a Zoom video call just weeks before the Christmas holiday.
I come to you with not great news.
The CEO of the popular online mortgage lender used a company Zoom meeting to inform 900 employees they were all being fired.
Your employment here is terminated, effective immediately.
And this $4,000 tip situation is a lesson why nowadays you gotta be low key with your good news, because the people around you who you thought would celebrate with you be the first ones plotting to steal your blessing. And even though it is good to share, the truth is sometimes what God has for you is for you, period. And just because you know a person doesn't make you entitled to anything that belongs to them. See, because when I tip my waiter, I want my money to go to my waiter, not the receptionist, not the doorman. I want my tip to go to the waiter who I've built rapport with, who served me with excellent customer service. And that is why it's a shame that this restaurant took that nice man's gracious gesture to this lady and turned it into something nasty and distasteful. I mean, she practically got punished for doing great work. And to all the cold-hearted employers out there, mistreating your star employees. As our grandparents used to say, God don't like ugly. And most importantly, you gonna reap what you sow. And I sincerely hope that this woman finds another job that's bigger and better, Because it's hard being a waitress, and food service workers deserve way more respect for their hard work. And on that note, be blessed, but most importantly, don't forget to tip your waiters. Straight up.
Old Funk and Disco Friday. You're checking out the longest running online radio show on the iPower Evening Show.
DeMarco J, UnPretty Ricky, and Stefan Mason.
Love Epidemic by the Tramps every Friday in the second hour on the iPower Evening Show.
Check out the whole entire 4-hour radio show on TuneIn.com, keyword iPower FM.
iPower 1, NYC, New York City. iPower 98.9.
The American Black History Fact, presented by McDonald's. Deeply rooted within the African American community. 365.
Right here, right now.
On the iPower Evening Show.
Yep, it's time for the American Black History Fact, presented by McDonald's, deeply rooted within the African American community. 365. Today's little-known Black History Fact is focused on the godfather of black music, Clarence Avant. Clarence Alexander Avant, born February 25th, 1931, born in Greensboro, North Carolina, is an American music executive, entrepreneur, and film producer who also went by the name of the Black Godfather. He was the oldest of 8 children. He attended a one-room school in Greensboro until the 9th grade. He spent his freshman and second years of high school at Dudley High School in Greensboro before moving to New Jersey in 1947 as a teenager. In New Jersey, Avant worked as a stock clerk at Macy's and for a law directory. He began in the music business in the 1950s as a manager of Teddy P's Lounge in Newark, New Jersey, owned by promoter Teddy Powell. On October 2nd, 1967, Venture Records, Inc. was incorporated in California, a company which Avant successfully engineered the first joint venture between an African-American artist and a major record company. Founded as an outlet for the soul acts of MGA Records, Venture Records, Inc. was run by former Motown songwriter, record producer, and A&R department head William Mickey Stevenson. Negotiated for Stevenson by LA attorney Abraham Summer, the label had offices at 8050 Wilshire Boulevard in Beverly Hills. Avant moved from Manhattan to Beverly Hills to work with Venture Records, Inc. in the fall of 1967, doing so until 1969 when MGM Records shut down the label for joint venture. Under Avant-Garde Broadcasting, Inc., founded on August 6, 1971, Avant bought the first African-American-owned FM radio station in metropolitan Los Angeles on March 3, 1973, from Transamerica Broadcasting Corporation, buying the license of KTYM-FM in Inglewood, California for $321,000, including actual facilities at 6803 West Boulevard in Inglewood and FCC license fees, renaming it KAGB-FM. On February 10, 2008, the National Association of Recording Arts and Sciences awarded him the Trustees Award. On October 7, 2016, Avant received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame for his contributions in the recording industry, located at 6363 Hollywood Boulevard, next to Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis star. In February 2018, Avant received the President's Merit Award as a Grammy icon at the Clive Davis Pre-Grammy Gala in Los Angeles. On May 12, 2021, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame announced that Avant received the Ahmet Ertegun Award and will be inducted in the 21 class. Previous inductee Bill Withers, as well as Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Barack Obama, spoke about Avant's impact in a video labeled Ventures Records, Inc. Since October of 1967, Avant's record label associations were Sussex Records, Taboo Records, and Motown Records. Associated acts with Bill Withers, Dennis Coffey, Gallery, the SOS Band, Sherelle, Alexander O'Neal, Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis, Sixto Rodriguez, and legendary Quincy Jones. In 1967, Avant married Jacqueline Alberta Gray, born March 6, 1940, in Jamaica, Queens, New York. The couple had 2 children. Their daughter, Nicole Avant, born March 6, 1968, is a former U.S. ambassador to the Bahamas and wife of Ted Sarandos, an executive at Netflix, and their son, Alexander Dubois Avant, was born August 3, 1971. Jackie Avant served as president of the Neighbors of Watts, the support group for the South Central Community Child Care Center in 1965, entertainment chairman of the Now Benefit Auction and Dinner Dance, and chairwoman of Now Membership in 1974. She was also on board of the directors of the International Student Center at the UCLA. Sadly, Jackie Avant was shot and killed on December 1st last year in 2021 at age 81 during a home invasion at the couple's residence in Beverly Hills, California. Our prayers and condolences goes out to Clarence Avant and his family on the late great Jacqueline Avant. May her soul rest in peace. And that was your American Black History Fact, presented by McDonald's. Deeply rooted within the African American community. 365 Black.
How you gonna know where I'm at if you ain't been where I've been? Understand where I'm coming from?
Up next, it's this week's Clown Donkey Hall of Shame.
Keep it locked on iPower 1 FM.
Disco Friday.
Listen up! iPower 98.9.
Check out the whole entire 4-hour radio show on TuneIn.com. Keyword, iPower FM.
Listening online. From Boston to the NYC to New Hampshire to Providence, Rhode Island to Hartford, Connecticut to Washington, D.C. to Baltimore, Maryland to the Carolinas to the ATL to Miami, Florida to Chicago to Los Angeles to the north of the border of Canada to Puerto Rico to Honolulu, Hawaii to the United Kingdom, even the land down under. iPower 1 FM. Keep it right here. It's the best.
The iPower Evening Show.
iPower Evening Show.
It's time now for the Clown Donkey Hall of Shame.
What kind of fool am I?
Somebody done act a fool. Somebody done put their foot in their mouth.
The bottom line is, I think you're a complete jackass. Worse than a female.
Now say some more. I'll knock your ass right back down, fake ass wannabe preaching, no members having mother.
Time for that induction ceremony.
Me, just plain me. I might as well be working for white folks.
The iPower Evening Show.
This week's Clown Donkey Hall of Shame is a triple clown donkey. Meant to talk about this last year, but we wasn't on the air. But it's 2022, and we're here live. Now, I don't think that I have ever did a triple crown donkey before, but allow this to be the first. This clown donkey goes out to 29-year-old Ariel Maynor of Los Angeles, and the other two goes out to these bad boy wannabes thinking that they Martin Lawrence as Detective Marcus Burnett and Will Smith as Mike Lowry. Now, before I get to Ariel Maynor, let's get these other two out the way first. Yes, these brothers' names are 29-year-old Roderick Flowers and his partner and cousin, 31-year-old Keith Edwards, pulled a bad boys mentality, thinking that they were some fighting crime heroes. And by the way, these brothers were from the great state of Florida. Yes, Florida, ladies and gentlemen. What does Charlemagne the God always tell everybody from the Breakfast Club? The craziest people in America comes from the Bronx and all of Florida. And this proves Charlemagne's point on how Florida is for their craziness in the Sunshine State. Now, before I go any further giving these brothers the hee-haw and the Batman's Joker, let's go to WSVN Channel 7 Miami for the report, please.
They compared themselves to Bad Boys, you know, the movie, the famous cop movie that was shot in Miami. But in real life, according to the DEA, what they did was bad, meaning bad, not bad, meaning good. On Instagram, they call themselves Bad Boys, but they're bad cops, according to feds. Alleged criminal policemen paid $5,000 apiece to protect who they thought was a cocaine dealer last month, according to a criminal complaint. They are Miami-Dade police officers Keith Edwards and Rod Flowers. They've been busted by the DEA. The feds allege the pair provided protection during a drug run. The person they were paid to protect was really a DEA source, pretending to be a cartel member. That source is said to have met the cops through a known money launderer out of Davie, who had initially been paying the two. That source quoted by the feds as saying both cops were on his payroll and that he could have the cops ready for anything as they both wanted to make money.
Whenever the government's using confidential sources that clearly have a shady past, I think that there's a risk of either due process or some type of entrapment violations.
That's Edwards' attorney, Frank Prieto, who also says his client tested positive for COVID-19 upon being booked into federal jail. Both Edwards and Flowers were under federal surveillance during a months-long narcotics investigation in which agents were getting help from that secret source. During a drive to deliver drugs, the officers, according to the affidavit, were immediately in front of and behind the undercover vehicle almost the entire way in order to serve as an escort for the drugs. Product being brought from Homestead to Aventura. After the drug dropped, the complaint states the source told the two lawmen, "Welcome to the Sinaloa cartel," before they both laughed, entered their vehicles, and left the hotel. Authorities say this was all recorded. Weeks later, both men were arrested and slapped with federal charges. A far cry from their crime-fighting life's work and their online personas based on the movies.
May I say more? Please induct Roger Flowers and Keith Edwards of Florida into the Clown Donkey Hall of Shame.
Bad boys, what you gonna do? What you gonna
Let's go
do
from the great state of Florida to the west coast of California to 29-year-old Ariel Maynor, who is facing murder charges in the December 1st, 2021 census killing of 81-year-old Jacqueline Avant, who was the late wife of the godfather of black music, Clarence Avant, who is known to a lot of music superstars nationwide. This unfortunate incident took place in Beverly Hills, California, where Ariel Maynor, who is a nigga for what he did when he himself did not value black life at all, for killing that poor woman in her own home, let alone did not value his own black life after he done shot himself in the foot trying to rob another house also in Beverly Hills. As he was arrested and handcuffed to a gurney, it seems that he felt proud of what he did, talking to himself when he murdered that poor elder. Black lives don't matter to him. Let's go to CBS News for the report, please.
This is one of the most protected and patrolled cities in the world. You will be caught and brought to justice.
Police say 29-year-old Ariel Maynor is responsible for shooting and killing Jacqueline Avant, the 81-year-old wife of music legend Clarence Avant. It happened in their home in the wealthy Truesdale neighborhood of Beverly Hills at 2:30 Wednesday morning. Just 1 hour later, police responded to another shooting at a home in nearby Hollywood.
He was in the house and collecting property, and then after that, somehow discharged a weapon and apparently shot himself in the foot.
This video appears to show Maynor with an injured foot being wheeled away from the Hollywood home.
Somewhere in the night, we had an astute watch commander at Hollywood that starting to put two and two together and reached out to Beverly Hills, and there were some similarities.
Like surveillance video of the getaway vehicle seen heading toward Hollywood and an AR-15 style rifle found at the second scene the detectives believe was used to kill Jacqueline Avant. Today, the family of the philanthropist and former runway model expressed gratitude to law enforcement and said, "Now, let justice be served." Police say Maynor had an extensive criminal record and he is out on parole. Detectives haven't had a chance to speak with him since he is in the hospital. Tonight, investigators have a gun, a car, and a suspect in custody. But what they don't have is a motive.
Plus, he was smiling while being taken into custody. Now, the reason why I call him a nigga than to call him a black man, because real black people do not kill other black people if their lives do matter and value black lives. I agree with Charlamagne the God from the Breakfast Club and rapper and activist My Son on what they said when it comes to black people in America. Know the difference between real black people with self-love and niggas with self-hate. You see, Charlamagne the God and My Son, these are real proud black men, black kings who show black love to black people, who value black life, like yours truly, Ricardo Stone, a.k.a. UnPretty Ricky, DeMarco J. White, and Stefan Mason right here in the studio. We are black men, black brothers, black kings. We got black queens out there who also loves our black people, who value black life. But as for the suspect, Ariel Maynor, who killed a black queen named Jackie Avant in her own home, minding her own business, living out the rest of her black life that she valued so preciously well. Well, he is nothing but a self-hate nigga. Yep, I said it. He ain't no black man to me, cause he's a nigga that don't value the love of black life. Mind you, this man is a known criminal to law enforcement who has a rap sheet a mile long, giving up on black life, and most importantly, he's mentally ill. Well, duh, as you can tell that this man needs serious help. But unfortunately, he's not gonna get that kind of help unless he's in a psych ward prison hospital where they treat the mentally ill, cause he might not receive that type of treatment once he's tried, convicted, and sentenced for the rest of his life without the possibility of parole, given that legendary Clarence Avant, who is now a widower after the tragic loss of his wife to a low-life nigga. I refuse to say young black man, cause he's proven to us that he ain't no young black man for what he allegedly did. There's no allegedly here. Hopefully, the Avant family will get the justice that they rightfully deserve. Cause what person in their right mind would want to kill a sweet, innocent, elderly black woman? And Stefan, I know how much you love our black elders. When they reach out to our show here on iPower 1, I was saddened by the loss of my own grandmother, cause she was a black elderly queen on this earth before leaving us. Black people who value black life love black elders. You see, when the black mother is not around as she goes to work, trying to keep a roof over our heads, food on the table, and clothes on our backs, there was always that black grandmother to take care of their black children. And Big Mama, who is our grandmothers, would tell us true stories of what happened to them back in the days. We as grandchildren would just shut up and listen. I remember watching 227 back in the day when the late great actress Helen Martin played Pearl Shea, always leaning out the window on the ledge, being nosy, listening to Mary Jenkins and Rose Holloway's conversation.
Oh yeah.
Pearl Shea always had love for her grandson, Calvin Dobbs, putting him on the right path, keeping him out of trouble, while Lester Jenkins was the father figure for Calvin, who loves his daughter Brenda. Drop a gap bomb for our black queens, Regina King and Marla Gibbs, both queens, still relevant to this day. Rest in peace to Helen Martin and Elena Reed, who played Rose. 227, still one of my favorite black sitcoms of all time. But back to reality. Jackie Avon's Black Life Mattered was valued and was taken for no reason. Not by a young black man, not by a young African American, but by a low-life nigga. Please induct 29-year-old Ariel Mena into the Clown Donkey Hall of Shame.
Thanks, Ricky, on your Clown Donkey Hall of Shame. You broke it down. Rest in heaven to Jackie Avon. Also, rest in power to young Dolph, whose lives were taken senselessly last year by our own black people, who some don't value black life and don't think black lives does not matter.
Jackie Avon was a sweet black elder who not only loved black music, loving her black husband Clarence for so many years, but she valued black life.
Right.
Young Dolph, who I didn't know in the hip-hop game, valued black life along with Nipsey Hussle.
Right.
And yes, I will forever, as long as I'm on this earth, will love my black elders, because our black elders are the inspiration.
Oh, yeah.
They will tell you true stories that we never thought existed in this country.
I surely miss Dick Gregory.
Me too.
Drop a gap bomb for Dick Gregory.
Oh,
God
yeah,
rest his brother's soul. Man, when Dick opens his mouth for some truth and laughter, I shut up.
Yes, sir.
You better believe it.
He valued his black life big time with truth and power.
Exactly.
Love me some Dick Gregory.
I've always loved the Dick Gregory.
Right.
That brother was our inspiration for truth.
He
and
most
laughter.
certainly was.
All right, thank you for that Clown Donkey, Ricky.
Yes, sir.
We got more of the iPower Evening Show. 15 under 1 music. Join us up next. Keep it locked.
Diisco Friday.
iPower 98.9 New York.
Check out the whole entire 4-hour radio show on tunein.com, keyword iPower FM.
Y'all be emailing me like I ain't got no feelings at all. I'll be just saying what you want to say about me. That's what I can't stand. I can't stand the email. Let me say something to everybody listening now. If you don't like my radio show, your radio dial go up and it go down. Turn your damn station and quit listening to me. Send me. I got a woman writing me every week how much she can't stand me. Well, I got news for you. I ain't that good a Christian yet, so I can't stand your funky ass either.
We have two different mindsets in this country, and it's a clash. And I think we should just be mature adults and understand this is a very important junction that we're at.
I got nobody wrong, but I'm treated so bad.
They just emailing me anything they want to, stuff I don't even ask their opinion on. Now you can kiss my ass.
DeMarco J, UnPretty Ricky, and Stefan Mason.
Old Funk and Disco Friday.
The iPower Evening Show.
Join us for another 15 on the 1 music joint next week, featuring non-stop music Monday through Friday, exclusively during the iPower Show. Coming up tonight after the break, it's Free Your Mind Friday during Express Your Mind. Open lines, you can talk about anything that's on your mind during the show. If you want to talk about what happened this past week on any topics, or you have a topic of your own you want to discuss with the iPower One Nation, we'll open up the phone lines and talk about it at the bottom of the hour. Stefan wants to talk about this 15-year-old black girl last year that was missing in East Orange, New Jersey, where he lives, till we found out she ran away from her mother's abuse. Wow, keep it locked.
Call and express your mind.
Express your mind. 917-470-9355.
917-470-9355.
Join the conversation now. Keep it locked on the iPower Evening Show.
Diisco Friday. It's an iPower Evening Show.
Time for tonight's Connecticut State Lottery numbers on New York's iPower 98.9.
Time for last night's Connecticut winning lottery numbers for Thursday, February 24th, 2022. Midday Play 3 daily draws was 775 with the wild ball number 6. That's 775 with the wild ball number 6. Evening Play 3 daily draws was 980 with the wild ball number 3. That's 980 with the wild ball number 3. Midday Play 4 daily draws was 7089 with the wild ball number 8. That's 7089 with the wild ball number 8. Evening Play 4 daily draws was 3915 with the wild ball number 5. That's 3915 with the wild ball number 5. Cash 5, 11, 13, 26, 30, 35. That's 11, 13, 26, 30, 35. Lucky for life, 1, 2, 5, 10, 34 with the lucky ball number 6. That's 1, 2, 5, 10, 34 with the lucky ball number 6. Tonight's jackpot game is Mega Millions. Estimated jackpot $87 million. And tonight's jackpot game is CT Lotto. Estimated jackpot $1.1 million. For more results from recent or past lottery drawings online, log on to ctlottery.org. That's ctlottery.org and check out to see if you're a jackpot winner. Good luck.
iPower 1 FM.
The iPower Evening Show.
Check out the whole entire 4-hour radio show on tunein.com, keyword iPower FM.
The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed on this program does not reflect the views or opinions of Heart Planet Media, iPower One, the volunteers of this station, nor its advertisements. iPower One, NYC, New York City. iPower 98.9. Live concert performances coming to the New York and tri-state area. The Concert Q Report. Right here, right now. On the iPower Evening Show.
I'm UnPretty Ricky along with Stefan Mason. Time for the Concert Q Report. All major events announced are in Eastern Standard Time. Concert events are subject to change depending on the current pandemic. Moving on to comedy. George Lopez coming to the Met Philadelphia in Philly on Saturday, March 12th at 8 p.m. Coming to the Capitol Theater in Port Chester, New York on Thursday, May 12th at 8 p.m. Coming to the Wellmont Theater in Montclair, New Jersey on Friday, May 13th at 6:30. And coming to the NYCB Theater in Westbury, New York on Saturday, May 14th at 8 p.m. Tony Baker coming to the Carolines on Broadway in NYC on Thursday, April 7th at 7:30, on Friday, April 8th at 7 and 9:45 p.m., and on Saturday, April 9th at 7 and 9:45 p.m. Corey Holcomb coming to the Carolines on Broadway in NYC on Thursday, April 14th at 7 p.m., on Friday, April 15th at 7 and 9:45 p.m., and on Saturday, April 16th at 7 and 9:45 p.m. Andrew Schultz from the Brilliant Idiots coming to Radio City Music call on Saturday, April 16th at 10 p.m. and on Saturday, April 23rd at 7 p.m.
Cedric the Entertainer coming to the King's Theater in Brooklyn on Friday, April 29th at 8 p.m.
Nick Cannon's Wildin' Out coming to the Northwell Health at Jones Beach Theater in Wonton, New York on Thursday, June 2nd at 8 p.m. and coming to the PNC Bank Arts Center in Homedale, New Jersey on Friday, June 3rd at 8 p.m. Jay Farrell coming to the Carolines on Broadway in NYC on Thursday, June 9th at 7 and 9:45 p.m. on Friday, June 10th at 7 and 9:45 p.m. on Saturday, June 11th at 7 and 9:45 p.m. and on Sunday, June 12th at 7 p.m. And that should do it for the Concert Report on this Friday, February 25th, 2022. You have a safe weekend. I'm UnPretty Ricky.
And I'm Stefan Mason.
For more information on where your performer or performers are performing at, log on to Ticketmaster.com or LiveNation.com. That should do it for the Concert Queue. We'll do it again.
Only on the iPower Evening Show, exclusively on your station, iPower 1 FM. The iPower Evening Show.
Disco Friday. You're checking out the longest running online radio show.
DeMarco J, UnPretty Ricky, and Stefan Mason.
Check out the whole entire 4-hour radio show on TuneIn.com, keyword, iPower FM.
Crank it up and piss off the neighbors. You got your radio locked on to the hottest station.
iPower 1, New York City. Your home for the iPower Evening Show.
Don't be so shallow. Free your mind and the rest will follow. Be colorblind. Don't be so shallow. Free your mind.
Good evening, everyone. DeMarco J, UnPretty Ricky, and Stefan Mason. This is Express Your Mind Friday on the IPES. It's time to free your mind during this Express Your Mind. Open lines. You can talk about anything that's on your mind. All right, Ricky, Stefan, let's talk about this mother from Jersey City, New Jersey. Jamie Moore. This happened last year. Jamie Moore, a black mother who said that her 14-year-old daughter was missing for days. And the community did a major search for this 14-year-old girl, Jeshia Moore. They said she was last seen at a bodega in East Orange, New Jersey. Your hometown, Stefan. Getting some items. Yeah. That's the last time they saw her. Till a few days later, or even weeks, the 14-year-old was seen in a Harlem shelter, telling the NYPD authorities that she ran away from home because she was abused by her own mother. So they arrested the mother for alleged child abuse.
So the 14-year-old girl wasn't missing at all?
No.
She just ran away from home because she was tired of being dehumanized.
Right.
Whatever happened to this mother growing up and dealing with her own pain is putting that same pain and hurt on her daughter.
Unfortunately.
But at the same time, two wrongs don't make a right.
No.
It's called hurt people hurt people.
That's right.
As for the 14-year-old girl who ran away from home because she felt that the love was no longer there inside the household. And yes, I am very aware that we do got missing black children, especially missing black girls nationwide that doesn't get the media attention like how white children do when they are missing.
That shows you right there that black children matters, black girls matter, just like any white children or white girls that are missing or ran away.
Does the Amber Alert work on any black children who are missing or abducted nationwide?
I know they use the Amber Alert system here in New York.
Right.
I don't know how effective or often they use the Amber Alert system in Boston for any missing black or brown children.
Probably never, knowing how Boston is.
Right.
They'll definitely use the Amber Alert to look for missing white children in Massachusetts before they even think about using that same alert system to look for any black children.
Yeah, right?
Probably so. But back to this mother who allegedly abused her 14-year-old daughter in New Jersey. She could face jail time and have her other children be taken away from her.
Right.
A lot of 14-year-olds may have some similar pain and hurt that they're going through in the black communities when they feel that the love that they're supposed to receive is no longer there. Hopefully this mother, while serving time, thinks about what she did and finds some healing for herself before entering back into her daughter's life and give her that love that has been missing in her daughter's life and her other kids' lives.
That's right.
What is your take? It's Free Your Mind Friday on the EYM. Say whatever you want, get it off your chest. Let's go to the phone lines.
iPower 1 FM. Call and express your mind. Express your mind. Join the conversation now on the iPower Evening Show. Express your mind.
Peter Passion, you're next on iPower 1. Go ahead, Peter Passion, on a Friday.
Hey!
Hello, DeMarco. Hello, Ricky. Hello, Stefan.
How you doing, Peter?
What's up there, bruh?
Peter Passion, what's going on?
What's on your mind?
Yes, as a full supporter of the LGBTQIA+ and abortion rights for women, Roe versus Wade will most definitely be overturned by the conservative Supreme Court, unfortunately, come June of this year. I am very concerned about same-sex marriage and gay rights in this country. That could also be overturned by those same bigots in the United States Supreme Court if these bigoted Republicans get their way.
These are the difficult times that we are living in right now, Peter Passion, when our rights of freedom and democracy is on the line. Because think about it. It's not just the Republicans that want to turn back the clock and cut off everything that will affect the LGBTQ, poor black, brown, and white folks, but you also got these Democrats who are not doing a damn thing to stop it. And I'm telling you right now, if Joe Biden and these Democrats want to keep their seats in the House and the Senate and also the White House, they better get on the ball ASAP.
That's true, but how can we when we have so-called Democrats like Joe Manchin and Kirsten Sinema blocking these important bills by getting to Joe Biden's desk to be signed into law?
That's true.
I believe Joe Manchin and Kirsten Sinema are closet Republicans.
Oh, you think?
And don't be surprised if Manchin and Sinema sides with Trump and these goddamn bigots down in Congress.
Oh, that wouldn't surprise me.
No.
I'm done with Joe Manchin and Kirsten Sinema, because they will be the final nail in the coffin for the Democrats' defeat. And he's a closet Republican, him and Kirsten Sinema.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they came out as Trump supporters. Thanks for your call, Peter.
JD, you're next tonight, Power 1. Go ahead, JD.
Hey, what's up, Sam?
How you doing, brother?
What's up there, King?
JD, what's going on, brother?
Free your mind.
Man, I know this is no norm. This is a norm that we face for so many years that has been normalized on the New York subway system. Have y'all heard about the shootings on a moving A train? This is from last year.
Yeah, I heard about that, and I'm not surprised. One time, JD, I was on the number 1 train coming from the Bronx, right? And as I was on the train going into Midtown Manhattan, I see people running from one train car to another, and I was like, what the F is going on? So I started running through the train cars while it was moving, because we all know how New York is.
Oh, yeah.
We as black folks don't go up to no incident that's occurring. We run from it, and that's what others did on that train, along with myself.
Bruh, welcome to New York.
Oh, yeah.
When black folks hear gunshots, especially in the Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, Staten Island, Manhattan, Negroes start running. We don't run towards the crime scene like how white people do.
No way.
Sir.
No.
I ain't gonna question no crazy-ass Negro holding up a gun and be like, why you doing this, sir? You got everything to live for.
Yeah.
That's white people talking,
Yeah.
going up to a tragedy when they can also be killed.
Know the difference between black folk and white folk in that situation.
You ain't never lied.
Right. Pete Sonny, you're next on iPower 1. Go ahead, Pete Sonny.
Black Cat Pete Sonny on the loose.
How you doing, my
What's
brother?
up there, Brent?
Pete Sonny, what's going on, my brother?
What's on your mind?
Yes, did y'all know that Joe Biden's FBI director closed a long, ongoing investigation case of Emmett Till's murder, saying that the investigation was complete and cannot bring this woman, Carolyn Bryant, to justice, who accused Emmett Till of whistling at her that cost his brother's life, being mangled and lynched by the KKK?
Hit that damn tape.
Most definitely that's something wrong here.
Joe Biden and the FBI should be ashamed of themselves for closing that ongoing investigation on Emmett Till during the start of the Civil Rights Movement back in 1955. All because of that white woman named Carolyn Bryant who lied her ass off, lied through her teeth.
Right.
She was the original Karen who accused this young black teenager of whistling at her that cost this young black man his life.
Right.
And why she ain't in jail charged with accessory to murder.
That's what I'm saying.
And to put on top of that, Stefan, a second local investigation into the 2013 death of Kendrick Johnson, the Georgia teenager who was found dead in a roll-up gym mat, has closed with no charges being filed.
Lord
so,
have mercy.
telling me that this young black man rolled himself up in the gym mat and removed his own organs by himself, bruising himself black and blue. That sounds like another Emmett Till to me, brother.
Police can charge Josie Smollett and convict him of lying, but this white woman can get away with her crimes that caused a young black man his life.
Wow.
Joe Biden is a complete jackass.
Can we say that African Americans and black people got played by Joe Biden?
You ain't lying.
Thanks for your call, Pete Sonny. Stacey J, you're next tonight, Power One. Go ahead, Stace.
Hey, Stacey J, represent hip-hop.
How you doing, my brother?
What's up there, bro?
Stacey, what's going on, brother?
Free your mind.
Yo, what you think about this shopping cart killer down in Philly?
Is he black?
He ain't black. He's a nigga. Real black men don't kill just for the fun of it. Just like how real black men don't cheat.
I'm not surprised at all that a black man did this.
I figured that, since not all black folks value anything in this country, hurting their own and others.
Tell me about
He's 35-year-old Anthony Robinson, accused of killing 4 women who he dated from an online dating service.
What is up with these online dating services trapping these women for a date and then kill them for your own fantasy?
Right.
Was these black women he victimized after he left their bodies in shopping carts?
No.
Whether they were black women, white women, or even brown women, they were women.
Yep.
It's still murder, and it's for what he did, allegedly.
This is why these women who are going on these online dating websites need to be careful of these men who are choosing online to date. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
These online dating websites are no damn good because it's to really more women. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
right.
I don't do online dating websites. It's like going on a blind date, and you don't know what the person looks like up close and in person.
No.
You may see the guy's picture in a fake profile.
And that's it.
But what the hell that's supposed to mean?
Yeah, right?
Mike, you're next tonight, Power One. Go ahead, Mike.
How are you?
How you doing, Mike?
Yeah, what's up, Mike?
What's going on, sir?
What's on your mind?
Did you hear what the state of California is about to do?
No, tell me.
Meaning the liberals are about to give these criminals and felons the right to vote.
So?
Now, this is the same liberal state in California that was a one-time great state run by the late, great Ronald Reagan before he became one of the greatest U.S. presidents of all time alongside Donald Trump. Now, this liberal state are now letting these criminals participate in these smash-and-grab shoplifting crime activities, stealing out of expensive stores like clothes, jewelry, watches, electronics. It's getting worse in San Francisco, another failed city run by liberals and the LGBT. And who's doing all the shoplifting nationwide? Are the usual suspects who their mothers say, oh, he's a good boy, and he was raised the right way, living in housing projects.
Mike, sir, why don't you say that these are the usual black and brown suspects doing all these smash and grab shoplifting nationwide?
Here we go again with the race car.
Wait a minute, Mike.
You brought it up.
You the one that brought up race. You the one that brought up race and made it racial.
I never mentioned any blacks or Hispanics.
Might as well.
I said, Stefan, the usual suspects from these housing projects that are shoplifting. That's what I said.
And the majority of those usual suspects you just described who are living in housing projects are African Americans and Latinos.
Right, and that's a known fact.
Whites don't live in housing projects?
Excuse me?
You're telling me, Stefan, with a straight face, that only blacks and Hispanics live in public housing projects?
Mike, I never said
I used to live in the projects at the old Colony Housing in Southie, right here in Boston.
Mike, I never said poor whites don't live in public housing projects.
No, we knew some whites lived in housing projects.
Some poor white families do live in NYCHA housing projects in the 5 boroughs of New York City.
Yes, they
However, it is how you describe these usual suspects who are doing the smash and grab out of these expensive stores, stealing clothes, watches, jewelry, and electronics are black and brown folks.
They were caught on camera.
Mike, how come you ain't ever brought up white folks who are shoplifting, stealing out of Walmart in New Haven, Connecticut, caught on camera?
Right.
White people who look like you, sir, because most of y'all look alike.
Those were liberal whites.
Really?
Those were liberal whites that were really stealing out of Walmart. Real white Americans don't steal.
Neither do real blacks steal, period. What the hell are you talking about? Only liberal whites steal. White is white, Mike. If you steal, you a damn thief, regardless of race or what party affiliation you from.
Liberal
Lord have mercy.
Wow.
Have a great weekend,
Rayshawn,
Mike.
you're next tonight, Power One FM. Go ahead, Rayshawn. That is ridiculous.
DeMarco, what up, Ricky? What up, Stefan?
Hey, how's it going, brother?
My Nubian brother, what's going on? Please pay Mike no mind, brother.
Yes, sir. Once again, white boy Mike trying to use that quote-unquote usual suspect tactic on our people, black people.
Right.
And the dead giveaway that made it so racist when he said the ones who are shoplifting by smashing and grabbing were black and brown folks who some to live in public housing projects. When we know the majority of those public housing projects in New York, Boston, and all housing projects nationwide are predominantly black and brown people who are low income.
Right.
Sure, there are poor whites who are also low income living in the projects, but that's not how white boy Mike was describing his usual suspects when he has been stereotyping criminals that fits the description of the black and brown suspect wanted for theft is guilty till proven innocent. Or as Brother Ricky would say, plead guilty to proven guilty. I myself has witnessed these shoplifters at these malls nationwide on TV, smashing and grabbing items that don't belong to them. Are there some black and brown folks who are shoplifting and smashing and grabbing? Absolutely. However, you see a lot of white folks who are also doing shoplifting by having these big ass duffel bags and started loading up on these unpaid items that you need without paying, then walking out of a Walgreens or a Walmart caught on camera.
That's facts.
Brother Ricky, you and Raphael mentioned a white couple stealing a big ass widescreen TV and walking out of Walmart in New Haven, Connecticut, caught on video.
Yes.
Am I correct, my brother?
Yes, sir. Caught by Inside Edition, by the way. Seeing these white couple walk in and started stealing TVs and electronics out the store. But the mainstream media don't look at these white shoplifting couples as thugs or criminals.
Well, of course not. I mean, why would they?
Yes, Brother Ricky. How come white boy Mike and the mainstream media don't call these shoplifters the usual suspects?
Preach.
You got white boy Mike saying that these are liberal whites that was stealing?
Yeah.
Hit that tape, my brother. I don't care if he's a liberal white, conservative white, or independent white. White is white. And just like some black and brown folks who do steal, white folks ain't no damn different, regardless of what party affiliation you're from.
That's right.
Stealing is wrong, period. I don't care if you're black, white, or brown. You can be crystal clear for all I care. Shoplifting is wrong on all sides of the fence, regardless of race.
Correct.
And by the way, remember who stole America, killing off Native Americans, and kidnapping us from Africa to help build this country while in chains to humanize. We already know the answer to that, white boy Mike. So don't even go there. Peace, my brothers.
Thank you, Ray Sean.
Be safe, King. Have a great weekend.
Take care, brother.
All right, reading your text. Next. Keep it locked.
CBS News Break is coming up next, courtesy of WCBS News Radio 880 AM.
Check out the whole entire 4-hour radio show on TuneIn.com, keyword, iPower FM.
iPower 1, NYC, New York City. iPower 98.9. iPower Evening Show. Evening Show. Express Your Mind continues right here, right now on the iPower Evening Show.
We got the email bag. Free your mind as we read your emails tonight, coming up in hour 4 at 20 minutes before the hour. We're streaming on our official website, iPower1FM.com, or at TuneIn.com, keyword iPowerFM. Listen to us on the radio 24/7.
Incoming message.
Text your mind. Time to text your mind on the EYM. Free Your Mind Friday. Text about anything that's on your mind. Sean James from Philly writes, this has got to be the best goddamn radio station to ever have different music genre days and real talk. You are absolutely right, Sean James. I believe that we are the only radio station from out of Boston during the first 10 years that has ever done that, given the young and older generation their days to listen to their music here on the iPower Evening Show. I think we're the only radio station that did that online. And you're right, this is the best goddamn radio station to ever do that.
Drop a gap bomb for the iPower Evening Show. Yes, sir.
Russell Marlins from the Bronx writes, what do you think about that lady and her dog shot to death at a bodega in Brooklyn? NYC already crazy in 2022.
NYC's always been crazy. Every year. Nothing's changed.
No. Are you kidding me? That is sad. A woman minding her own business, walking her dog into a bodega to buy some soda or chips, and then from out of nowhere gets shot, and her dog meant for somebody else that was in the bodega? Wow. Only in New York. Kenny Ford, 65, from Hartford, Connecticut, writes, I hate to say this, but more injustice is on the way when rogue and racist cops continues to kill us in 2022 and beyond, because it has become the norm in this country. It's no secret, Kenny Ford, 65. It is no secret. It is built by design, as we know.
Lady Tika, 1987, from the ATL writes, I have left all that negative toxic behind in 2021 and now looking for a fresh start in 2022. Those who never valued your life last year shouldn't follow you into this year. I totally agree, Lady Tika, 1987.
Incoming message.
Tim L. King, 91, from Bridgeport, Connecticut, writes, I wish young black men would stop killing one another over BS. Plus, some young kids are talking about robbing people for a living instead of working for a living, choosing the prison life over owning a real black-owned business in real life. Yeah, my brother. When I saw this young brother on this podcast, I don't want to say the name, but I think he's around 14 years old, being led into the wrong path of irresponsible adults. As this young brother was saying, I'm not going to work for a living. I'm going to rob for a living and go to jail for 20 years. Is that how you want to live your life? No, I don't think so. All because of these adults who are black, making it okay for a young black man around 14, thinking it's okay to go and rob people in the hood and then serve 20 years behind bars. That is not a black man's life, if you think about it.
No way. If you are that black adult and you leading that young black man into the wrong path, allowing him to say it's okay to rob and kill black people in my own community, and these irresponsible adults sitting on their black asses and allowing this brother to say this and will probably commit this crime in the future, something is wrong here.
This black generation is lost.
Big time.
Lord have mercy. We talked about this last night on Speak It Loud 360 about valuing black life. We don't value that at all.
No.
Well, some of us don't. Lord have mercy.
Pat Summer, 67 from Worcester, Massachusetts writes, we must keep reminding the American voters of what's at stake come the midterm elections this fall. Our voting rights, civil rights, democracy, and freedom are at stake if the Voting Rights Protection Bill is not passed. I totally agree with you on that, Pat Summer, 67. If these Republicans and Democrats does not come together to get this bill passed to protect the voting rights of the American people, and Joe Biden does not sign it into law, all hell's gonna break loose. The Democrats will lose all their seats, and it will be hard and difficult for them to retake those seats back as Democrats for the next 20 years.
And people wonder why we're always on Joe Biden and these do-nothing Democrats.
That's right.
It's not just the Republicans we're going after. We're going after these damn Democrats, too.
That's
You
right.
ain't never lied.
Cynthia Banks from Boston, Massachusetts writes, greetings to you, sir. I'm 82 years old, and I love you, Stefan. I was born in Huntsville, Alabama, and grew up here in Roxbury for 60 years. And I am your #1 fan on your radio station. God made you to connect with us elderly folks for a reason, because we need you.
Hey, I love that.
I like that.
I appreciate that, Cynthia Banks from Boston. I appreciate that, sister.
Oh, yeah.
82 years young.
Bless her heart.
And she says she's the #1 fan for Stefan Mason. Well, I appreciate that, sister. You can be one of my #1 fans, because we got plenty of elders out there who call themselves a #1 fan of Stefan Mason.
Yeah, right.
Your sister living in Roxbury for 60 years, listening to this radio station.
Love it.
She want to hear the truth as I keep it old school, keep it real, and keep it deep.
That's
These
right.
and like I said before, these are the kind of black people I don't mind talking to, who ain't filled with self-hatred, but self-love is what we need right now.
You ain't lying.
Thanks for listening, sister, and I love you too.
That warms my heart. I love that.
Dorothy Hope Patterson from Houston, Texas writes, Stefan, honey, anytime I listen to you on Thursdays and Fridays when you come on, you done uplift my spirits, keeping it old school. Why, thank you, sister. I appreciate that. Another black person I don't mind talking to.
Right.
You see, there are still some good black folks, African Americans out there that do care about our lives, care about ourselves, care about our black culture, just care about black people, period.
Amen.
Once again, these are the kind of black people I don't mind talking to.
Yes, sir.
And speaking about black people who I don't mind talking to, my brother ATL Prince J404 from Atlanta writes, my brother, when you and iPower 1 coming down to the ATL here in the 404, there's always something good and crazy going on here in my city. We make things happen down here at Atlanta. Oh, you ain't lying right there,
We're going to be down there soon.
You ain't lying. No. I love the ATL. I don't care what nobody say. Even though I'm originally from Los Angeles and lived in Boston for a few years.
Right.
And now living out in East Orange, New Jersey. But let me tell you this. Once the pandemic is at an all-time low, sometime this year, me and my wife and my family will be going down to the ATL and visit the 404. Yes, sir.
You ain't never lied.
All right, thanks, Ricky and Stefan. Shout outs to iPower 2 on our YouTube channel, keyword iPower 1 Nation Real. For those who are leaving us right now, tune in next week. For those who are staying, you got 5 minutes till our mics get hot here on the IPES.
iPower 1.
iPower 1 FM.
NYC, New York City. On the iPower Evening Show.
Don't touch that dial.
The iPower Evening Show. After your local CBS News break. Keep it locked on 98.9.
Check out the whole entire 4-hour radio show on TuneIn.com. Keyword, iPower FM.
The iPower Evening Show is back. Right here, right now. The mic is now hot.
The iPower Evening Show.
Final hour of the IPES, celebrating 15 years on iPower 1. Thank you once again for being with us. We got the email bag coming up this hour at 20 minutes before the hour. Reading your emails on this Free Your Mind Friday. Plus, another Maury drama courtesy of the Maury Show. That's coming up after the break at 20 past the hour. Every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday in this last hour. We are at the home stretch. The weekend is here. Keep it locked, everyone.
Hollywood Live with Tanya Hart.
Shantae Moore's got a man at home, and he's a very familiar face. The singer went public with her relationship with former BET president of programming, Stephen Hill. That's right. During a trip filled with sun, sand, and good vibes. Well, Stephen turned 60, and to celebrate the day and the man, Shantae shared a special message for him on Instagram with a photo of them together on a boat watching the sunset over the ocean. Her message began with lyrics from Happier Than the Morning Sun by Stevie Wonder and closed with heartfelt words, quote, I couldn't think of a better way to say what love, peace, and joy really feel like because of you, Stephen Hill. Wow. Well, we didn't see this one coming, but I have known both of these folks for a long time. I am so happy for them. Congratulations, couple. And just days after it was revealed that Keanu Reeves bought $9,000 Rolex watches for members of his stunt crew, another one of the actor's kind gestures was caught on camera on the set of John Wick. The 57-year-old actor was spotted on video and Twitter in his full costume, carrying large production crates up a hill. He was also seen carrying a tote bag with another black bag strapped to his back as he pitched in for the crew on the set. This wasn't the first time Reeves was seen pitching in on the set. Hey, you know what? Now we know how Keanu stays in shape. You go, boy. And musician and band member of the DeBarge family, Tommy DeBarge, has recently died. Confirming the news to TMZ, DeBarge was 64 years old. He was also vocalist and bass guitarist of the late 70s R&B funk music band, Switch. The cause of death has not been confirmed. According to Tommy's daughter, Marina DeBarge, she confirmed that her father had suffered from kidney and liver disease. He also battled with COVID-19 earlier this year. I've got to say, the DeBarge family in their day were just, wow, awesome. We miss them, and our condolences go out to Tommy DeBarge's family. And for all these stories and a whole lot more, make sure you follow me on social media at Tanya Hollywood and at AURN online.
The iPower Evening Show, where the best and the brightest are about to be informed.
Here and now with Sandra Bookman, Sunday afternoons at 12 noon, only on ABCNY on Channel 7. A one-hour program talking about major issues and events coming from an African-American perspective of New York City and the tri-state area. Log on to abc7ny.com/here and now for programs, news, and updates.
The iPower Evening Show.
Disco Friday.
Time for tonight's New York forecast on iPower 98.9.
22 will be a low tonight, clear to partly cloudy. Tomorrow, Saturday, mostly sunny and cold with a high of 34. Tomorrow night will be a low of 28 degrees in NYC. Bundle up. Sunday will be a high of 44. With your New York AccuWeather forecast on iPower 989, I'm UnPretty Ricky.
iPower 98.9. One nation under urban music.
Join me, DeMarco J, UnPretty Ricky, and Rafael Castro for Hip Hop and R&B Monday next week, 7 to 11 on the iPower Evening Show. We got the concert report, the email bag, your sports update. Plus, text your mind into the show during Express Your Mind. We're always streaming online 24/7 on our official website. Go to iPower989NewYork.com. Like and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, or Instagram. Keyword, iPower1Real.
Join us for NYC's Inside the Time Tunnel. 4 hours of R&B classic soul going through the decades from the 60s all the way to the 90s. Tomorrow morning at 8 on New York's iPower 989 NY. The email bag on the iPower Evening Show. is just minutes away. Email us on news, topics, and more. Email the iPower Show.
iPower1Nation@gmail.com
or iPower989NewYork.com and click the email bag.
Reading your emails next
on New York's iPower 989.
Check out the whole entire 4-hour radio show on TuneIn.com, keyword iPower FM.
Playing the best old school classics, hip hop, R&B, and today's hottest music.
iPower 1, New York City.
You've got mail. You've got mail. You've got mail.
Time now for the email bag. The email bag.
You've got mail.
Go to iPower1FM.com and click the email bag.
Time to read your emails.
You've got mail.
The email bag.
Right here, right now.
The iPower Evening Show.
This is the iPower Evening Show on this Friday night. At this time, we read your emails from what we like to call the email bag. In the fourth hour, we read your emails every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. If you have an important topic to discuss, whether news, sports, or entertainment, or free your mind, go to our website, iPower1FM.com, and click the email bag. When we read your emails, Ricky and Stefan are also reading along. We pick out the emails to read on the air that are appropriate exclusively on the iPower Show. All right, you know what today is. It's Free Your Mind Friday.
Free your mind.
Thank you, Ann Vogue.
Drop a gap bomb for Ann Vogue.
Absolutely. You can email us on anything that's on your mind, and we'll talk about anything that fits our interests. If we find anything that's interesting to the show, we'll read it and we'll talk about it. This one is on the new NYPD commissioner. Good evening, iPower family. Hopefully the newly elected mayor, Eric Adams, does not make the same mistake that de Blasio made during his 8 years as mayor. As for the new NYPD commissioner and the first woman of color to hold that position, leading the largest police force in the country, I hope this sister, Kijant Sewell, as the new commissioner, puts these criminals in their place and don't let them back out on the street to cause more harm in these five boroughs. Uptown Kenny King, 718 from the Bronx. Thank you, Uptown King, 718. Let's hope so, giving her a chance to fix these issues. Now, Kijant Sewell is the third black NYPD commissioner and the first woman of color to hold that position, leading the largest New York police force in the country. And I hope she goes after these repeat offenders who are participating in these criminal activities in these five boroughs, making people feel unsafe to walk on their own streets. But hey, this is New York.
Yeah, I hope this sister does well, taking on a tough job in the Adams administration. Hopefully we'll do better than the de Blasio administration.
Right.
Because like I said, I'm against this New York bail reform law, where these repeat offenders are not trying to be reformed, except causing more harm to these five boroughs, hurting and killing innocent people.
Well, let's give this sister a chance to lead the NYPD as the third black and first woman of color commissioner to ever lead the largest New York police force in the country.
Absolutely.
Well said, Stefan and Ricky. Reading some more emails. This one is on Boston has failed black people.
I wonder why.
Don't get mad, Boston. Greetings, iPower One. As a proud black man, I don't see the city of Boston uplifting our talent when black excellence been ignored a lot. Sure, we got black artists in our communities, DeMarco's talent included. However, I don't think Boston never had any interest for our work, our music, our ability as creative thinkers in our city. Because if that wasn't the case, then why are some of our people moving out to different cities? Because they want to be heard, they want to be seen, they want to be given a chance to be somebody, knowing who they are all about. Boston does not do that. I should know. I've been living in Boston for 50 damn years. Yes, New Edition was discovered here in Roxbury, but was made famous in other cities across the country and worldwide because they traveled. Boston is not what it used to be when black excellence has been purposely ignored. Brother C.J. Jones from Roxbury, Massachusetts. Thanks for your email, Brother C.J. Jones. My brother, you already know exactly how I feel about Boston. That's the city where I was born and raised. I ain't telling you what I think when it comes to Boston. I'm only telling you what I know when it comes to Boston, knowing this city like a damn book.
Right?
I don't make the rules in that city, but I damn sure know how to play the game when it comes to black excellence being ignored on purpose.
You ain't
yes,
lying.
Come on.
There's indeed black excellence in the city of Boston.
Oh, no
doubt. Plus, There's thousands of talented artists, dancers, and people who draw art. I myself included.
That's right.
But I'm sorry. I have to speak the God to honest truth about Boston.
Yes, you do.
We know the history of Boston and its racism in that city, right?
No
Yes.
Having a first Asian mayor and woman of color running that city named Michelle Wu will not change the racism nor the systematic racism in that city.
No.
I mean, come on. Who are we fooling?
Exactly.
Let's stop the BS about that. Seriously. That's number one. Number two, despite the many talents that Boston has, they're not getting the exact push that NYC, ATL, Miami, Chi-Town, H-Town, or LA talents are getting.
Hell no.
Boston has purposely left our black excellence off the table. And some people in Boston wonder why black artists and other talent has left that city to pursue their black excellence somewhere else that will listen and not be overlooked.
Exactly.
That's right. You can't blame our black brothers and sisters for doing that by moving out, because they sick and tired of being ignored.
Right.
Boston, where I used to live, and in my opinion, is no fan of black local artists nor black excellence.
Facts. And I can vouch
Yes,
for that.
I
I
agree.
used to live in Boston, and I know how it's like. Because when you look at CBS2 or ABC7NY here in New York, they do talk about black artists and black excellence all the time.
Oh,
whether
yeah.
they made news headlines or mourning a major loss in their family.
Correct.
Boston local news does not do that for black people.
No, they do not.
Except if somebody gets shot in Roxbury,
That's it.
Dorchester, and Mattapan, part of Boston.
all they
That's
talk
it.
about.
But when it comes to black excellence in Boston, they ain't
it.
trying to recognize that.
Oh,
Boston ain't
please,
trying to
give me a
recognize that.
break.
And they are not trying to know about our black excellence.
That's right.
Unlike New York, like you see on CBS2, ABC7NY, News 12, Boston local channels will not do that for black people.
You can
No, they
forget
will
about
not.
that.
Channel 4, 5, or Boston 25 won't even do
Man,
that.
please.
Maybe Channel 7, NBC 10 in Boston, but that's it. But at the same time, it's not enough. Unlike how New York local news does it for African Americans and Latinos in the 5 boroughs.
Right.
Drop a bomb for CBS2 and ABC7NY, and also Fox 5 as well in New York. They do a damn good job putting hip-hop and other black genres of music in the local news.
They do.
Because I know goddamn well Boston doesn't do that for black folks.
Hell
No,
no.
they do not. And that ain't a damn lie. When I used to live in Boston,
That's
Got that
right.
right.
that city does not treat black folks well in local news the way NYC does for blacks.
No.
Despite the negative stories also reported in their local news of the crimes that are being committed by some African Americans and Latinos in these 5 boroughs, they do report positive news and stories on black and brown people in their excellence during regular newscasts.
You ain't lying.
Street Soldiers on Fox 5.
That's what Lisa Evans.
Comes on every Friday at 10:30 p.m. talking about the hip-hop community,
Yeah.
bringing on artists to tell their stories. Boston 25 News don't do that for Boston hip-hop communities.
Hell no, and they
don't,
never
and
will.
they never will.
And look, we ain't trashing Boston. Stop that BS.
Right.
All we doing is putting out facts, which some Negroes cannot handle the truth in that city.
Come on.
Time to wake up and realize who's screwing you out of real opportunities in your own city that you rep every day.
That's right.
This one is on money settlements over black lives. Hello, everyone. Once again, Black Lives Matter is needed, and our lives are important. To my brothers at the radio station, I am so sick and tired of being sick and tired of these settlements by police when anytime they gun down our black people. These racist, rogue, corrupted cops need to be arrested and put in jail for life. Once that's done, then you can talk about suing the police, city, and state for not protecting us African Americans from bad cops who are illegally stopping, frisking, framing, and shooting us for no damn reason. Why hasn't the George Floyd bill not passed and signed into law as of yet? Joanna Washington from Boston, Massachusetts. Thanks, Joanna Washington. Let me tell you why that bill has not been passed nor signed into law as of yet. The 2 Joes down in Washington, D.C. comes to mind. That's President Joe Biden and West Virginia U.S. Senator Joe Manchin. Lately, Joe Manchin has not been on the side of Democrats. Quite frankly, Joe Manchin, in my honest opinion, is a closet Republican and a staunch Trump supporter.
Right.
And I really truly believe that Joe Manchin, to not only take down the Democrats come the 2022 midterm elections, but will either lose his own Senate seat or turn Republican if he's reelected, making sure that Joe Biden and these lame-ass Democrats lose their seats to these Republicans.
That's right.
I think this is what Joe Manchin wants, just to satisfy Trump.
And we all know that these Republicans don't play by the book.
No.
We all know that.
No, they
are
don't.
playing chess right now, and Joe Biden's sitting on his old ass waiting for Joe Manchin to kowtow while these Democrats are playing checkers.
Of course. Joe Biden is a goddamn fool not to get rid of the filibuster to pass the Voting Rights Protection Act bill and the George Floyd bill to make sure law enforcement are responsible and accountable. If or when these Democrats lose come midterm elections, that will open the door for Donald Trump to make his way back into the White House. And I'm going to blame Joe Biden, Joe Manchin, Nancy Pelosi, and Chuck Schumer for the major defeat of Democrats losing their seats to these Trump-loving ass Republicans.
Right. We got some more emails. This one is on low-income communities are destroying America. As a conservative Republican and a Trump supporter, I think the real problem is the low-income communities receiving welfare, food stamps, SSI, and SSDI in order not to work. This is what Biden and the Democrat liberals want, is to keep these low-income Americans locked up in their house, wasting taxpayers' money on restaurants, going to places like Red Lobster, IHOP, KFC, when they never did a damn thing to help build the American economy. That was never Trump's plan when he was robbed from the presidency by Sleepy Joe. He hasn't done nothing for the blacks nor the Hispanics when President Trump did more for blacks during his presidency. I can't wait for the Republicans to clean house come midterm elections and put Trump back in the White House come 2024.
No.
Thomas Sorrell from Rochester, New York.
The lies are more entertaining than the truth.
It is obviously you forgot about poor white folks who are part of the low-income communities who are also poor and receiving the same government assistance.
And by the way, it's very hard for black and brown people to get on SSI or SSDI these days.
Right.
Because Social Security Administration are disqualifying and discriminating against black and brown applicants who have mental health issues.
Yes.
We get stories on that all the time.
That's
Yes, we
right.
do.
The only way you can qualify for SSI and SSDI these days is to be physically disabled.
Yes.
It's no longer about being bipolar or mentally ill.
No.
You got to be physically disabled if you in a mobilized wheelchair,
Right.
using a permanent walker or crutches in order to qualify for SSDI.
That's it.
Mental illness is no longer a qualification for SSI or SSDI.
No, it's not.
We only telling you what people have told us who are diagnosed with bipolar or schizophrenia.
They have.
That's no longer a qualification in some cases.
Nope.
Now, for those who are disabled that might be mentally ill, and I'm wrong about that, by all means, contact us here at this radio station via email or text. I'm only telling you what people told us off this radio station.
There are more whites who are low income in this country who are on government assistance than blacks and brown people combined, Thomas Sorrell.
Facts.
I mean, you might be one of them. I don't know.
Hypocrisy at its best.
Tell me
We
We
about
got
it.
this final email. This one is on Josie Smollett found guilty. Good evening, iPower fam. I think actor Josie Smollett was going through some mental health crisis, not for being openly gay or being an African American. I think he believes that he was being underpaid and underserved while a major co-star on Empire. He really thought that he was the main star attraction of the once Fox drama, thinking he should be the main star and the main focus of the show. I believe that's why he pulled that stunt about being attacked by some Trump supporters, putting a noose around his neck till the police showed up. I mean, why would I leave a noose around my neck until the police got there to the alleged crime scene? Does that make any sense? Hopefully this guilty verdict will make him think twice not to ever jeopardize his career over BS. Tyrone Armstrong from Philly. Thanks for that email, brother.
I hope this brother Josie Smollett gets the healing, energy, and the help that he needs. I don't hate this brother for what he did, and I get where he's coming from, being black and gay in America with these racist bigots. I get that.
Right.
I'm not saying that I'm gay, but you know what I mean.
I get that as well, but at the same time, you can't make up these kind of fake hate crime attacks that can really play a part of victims in real hate crime attacks being reported to the police, and the police does not take the report seriously.
Right.
You are putting real victims of hate crimes in danger that way.
Yeah,
I
right.
still got love for my brother, Josie Smollett.
Oh, yeah.
But this is not the way to get the attention that may have cost him more opportunities in singing and entertainment.
All
That's what I'm
right,
saying.
that should do it for the email bag. The weekend is here. Ricky got that positive note. Kyrie Irving got that positive message. Up next, keep it locked, everyone. It's the IPES. Good evening.
The world's most kick-ass online radio show, the iPower Evening Show.
Disco Friday.
One nation under urban music. music. iPower 98.9.
Check out the whole entire 4-hour radio show on TuneIn.com, keyword iPower FM.
Coming up next week on iPower 1, DeMarco J, UnPretty Ricky, and Rafael Castro. Hip-Hop and R&B Monday. The iPower Evening Show. Keep it locked on iPower 1 FM. The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed on this program does not reflect the views or opinions of Hard Planet Media, iPower 1, the volunteers of this station, nor its advertisements.
All right, the show is over. Thanks for listening to us on this Old Funkin' Disco Friday, celebrating 15 years on iPower 1 FM. We'll do this again next week, same time. It might be a repeat, but who knows? Please continue to take the iPower 1 challenge. Listen to all 4 hours of this online radio show. Always let your heart be the judge of what you think of our online program.
Yes, sir. We got more commercial-free Old Funkin' Disco music on the way at the top of the hour. We're always streaming online. If you missed the whole entire show tonight, go to our official website, iPower989, iPower1FM.com, or at TuneIn.com, keyword iPowerFM. Download the app for free on your phone or tablet to pick up our online radio show. Plus, you can now check out the whole entire show now on YouTube, keyword iPower1 Nation Real.
Huge shout-outs to iPower 1 Nation for listening. Take care of yourselves out there. And furthermore, till we meet again, enjoy the rest of your evening. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. God bless. Be safe this weekend. We're gone. And in closing, before we get to Kyrie Irving, Ricky, give us that positive note.
Every Friday, WWJD, what would Jesus do? Well, in this case, WWYD, what would you do when your destiny is not determined by the number of times you stumble, but by the number of times you rise up, dust yourself off, and move forward? Here's Kyrie Irving, ladies and gentlemen.
Changing perception of yourself.
That's another root of human struggle, worrying about other people's perceptions about who you are. Like, why would you ever care about that? And I think that I fell victim to that in my past, of worrying about things that I can't control. You know, if the people understood what words could do to a human being, especially where we are in today's society, then they wouldn't be invested in that. So I'm not here to dispel anything. You can continue to ask other people around me about what they think about me, and continue to write about mood swings. Like, you know, human beings have mood swings. Like, you go home and you're not happy with things, or you're mad at something and you're happy. That's a mood swing. It's okay to be human. I don't have to be perfect for anyone here, nor do I have to be perfect for the public. So I'm not here to dispel any perception. I'm just here to be myself.
Our mics are now cold. You got 3 days and 19 hours till our mics get hot. Keep it locked on Monday. It's the IPES, and we're out the door.
We out!
See y'all next week, and we gone.
I ain't got no more talk.
We there.
We out, we out, we out, we out, we out.
New York City never sleeps, right? Neither does iPower 989 FM. One nation under urban music.
Check out the whole entire 4-hour radio show on TuneIn.com, keyword iPower FM.
iPower 989, One Nation Under Urban Music in the New York tri-state area. Celebrating 15 years on iPower 1. We are on the local side, wrapping things up for tonight. Thank you to our listeners in New York City. Shout out to the 5 boroughs of Manhattan, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, and Staten Island. Plus Yonkers and New Rochelle for checking in from New York. Also, shout outs to our listeners in Newark, Patterson, and New Brunswick for checking in from New Jersey. Big shout out to Hartford, Bridgeport, New Haven, and Stamford for checking in from Connecticut and the rest of the tri-state area. Shout outs to our listeners in Philly, Harrisburg, Pittsburgh, checking in from parts of Pennsylvania. Plus, shout outs to Boston, Worcester, and Springfield, still checking in from Massachusetts. Shout outs to our listeners in New Hampshire, and shout outs to Providence, who are still listening, checking in from Rhode Island. Thank you for taking the iPower 1 challenge, listening to all 4 hours of this radio show, broadcasting from New York. We'll see y'all next week live at 7 p.m. for Hip Hop and R&B Monday. I will be here locally tomorrow morning for NYC's Inside the Time Tunnel, taking you back down memory lane from the 60s to 90s music of R&B classic soul, starting at 8 a.m. Eastern. We got an hour of commercial-free music up next. I'm the media guy, DeMarco J. Keep it locked as always, here on New York's iPower 989.